Eilis?
Come to put me in the cage.
What?
Sorry. Just a bit of grim humor. You know, about what's been happening here.
Whoops. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Rat's Nest. This is chrom3rat. We are back in Tainted Grail with our asshole Fergus, commander of the fort. And yeah. Continuing on with the story. What's up, Lanzo? We wanted to talk to Lanzo smoking his pipe here about his teeth, I think.
Ah, you're back! How's the remedy?
Toothache remedy ×1. How do I make that? The medic refuses to help him with his grandmother's cure. Is it something we cook at the fire, maybe? Honey. Oh, it's probably alchemy, right? So for this, yeah. It says to talk to him, which we did. That's not advancing the quest in any way. Let's see here. Let's see what other quests we got going on. Deliver flowers, huh? That's not too far away. We can push a little bit further behind the keep here. Let's go ahead and go with that. Actually, wait. Didn't we want to finish this real quick? With the blood clots? Let me see what I need still. We need 6 iron, 5 tongue, 5 leather. Yeah. So we need to kill drowners for this.
Always a pleasure to see you.
Okay. So we'll continue on this quest, and if we see drowners along the way, we're going to go ahead and just take them out. Bring them out, bring them out. Okay. Is it down there? Or is it up there? I'm gonna go with down into the crevasse. I'll take all of it. In fact, I think I can switch my arrows out. I have quite a few copper arrows that seem to do more damage. Poison arrow. Iron arrow does the most. But we only have 2. Okay. And right now we are being asked to deliver flowers to someone. Who's this? Nothing ever happens.
Oh, mother have mercy. Not another one. If I let you pass, will you promise not to make any trouble? That's just my
Trouble
luck.
seems to find me.
Take the post, Terrenn, they told me. You'll be looking after a village full of old farts. That's practically early retirement, they said. What a load of crap. There's always something. If it's not the deck falling apart, it's a refugee running around biting people.
Biting people?
Well, to be fair, he only bit one person. But it was a keeper. I know Mahone can be a piece of shit sometimes, but gods. Now both of them are sick. And Haber's got no clue what's wrong. Which is the only reason that refugee isn't dead.
Did he zombify him?
So, he's sitting in a cage. His wife's crying all day, and everyone's pissed. Meanwhile, I'm stuck in the middle of it all.
Maybe this isn't the job for you after all.
No need to tell me that. But I can't just go back to patrolling the walls. I'd be a laughingstock. I'd rather sit here and hope
Spoiler
for
alert,
his
bud, you
be
already are.
for
Whoops.
them. At least my problems will be over.
Has anything else happened?
No, not really. Fortunately.
What happened to the deck?
The deck? Nah, just old wood. Honestly, it's the least of my problems. But I've got no way to fix it. Dara's always busy with his lighthouse, and every time I try to do it myself, someone else needs me for something. I can't even sneak out to the tavern because last time some rich bint started complaining that everything here smells of fish. That's a seaside village. What else would it smell of?
Oh my. I can help you fix your deck.
You do that? That would be a huge relief. Well, maybe not huge. There are bigger problems, but it'd be a start. Truth be told, I don't know why they want it so badly. It's for boats. No one here even uses boats. But, well, you know how it is with old folks. Once they get fixated on something, there's no point in arguing. I'd pay if I could, but this was supposed to be my job. The budget's long gone. But if you're interested, I could teach you a thing or two about home decor.
Sure.
Not exactly standard keeper knowledge, but, well...
I don't have a home to decorate, but
we all have our secrets.
you're into home decor.
Surprised? Can't blame you. This might sound odd coming from someone stationed in a glorified fish bucket, but I've got a thing for furniture. The only thing more mismatched than the barracks around here is my career choice. But, yeah, I like imagining places where things fit.
You wanted to be an
Chairs,
interior designer, I guess.
tables don't look like someone hacked them together with a dull axe, and beds. Well, beds don't feel like they're plotting your murder while you sleep.
I wouldn't have guessed you were into furniture.
Not exactly a secret I broadcast. Most folks see me as Terrenn the Grumbler. But, hey, we've all got something that keeps us sane, right? Mine just happens to be daydreaming about nicer chairs.
Who said I was sane? Tell me more about that rich bint you mentioned.
Oh, she's a real piece of work, that one. Her name's Lady Elisa. Something.
Lady Elisa something,
I
okay.
don't remember. She came here with her husband. Poor man. I never heard him get a word in. You know, sometimes I regret not getting married. But if I had a wife like her, I'd just end up being a keeper all over again.
Alright, buddy. I'm going in.
Please, try not to make my life harder, alright?
Repair the pier. Okay, yeah. Let me take a look around first. So this is a village or something? Okay. What's this? So it's a little village tucked away by the seaside. It's really cozy. Really cozy. What's up, bloke? Eilis?
You've come to put me in the cage.
What?
Sorry. Just a bit of grim humor. You know, about what's been happening here. Such a mess, isn't it? Cola's alright, and Beatrice, what a shame. Such a fine girl. Anyway, I'm Eilis. Nice to meet you. What do you need?
Beatrice, eh?
Well, I'm Eilis. Goldsmithing is my life and passion.
And tank tops, I guess.
I feel like I'm losing my mind without it. When I hold tools and make beautiful things, it feels like I can bring some light into this wretched world. I wish I was somewhere where I could just do some goldsmithing, but I'm a bit scared.
Why?
So, here I am, sitting on my ass in some village listening to waves and the screams of seagulls and old men. Nothing to write home about, even if I still had one.
Doesn't sound so bad. What were you doing before you joined the other refugees?
I was working as a goldsmith in a group of, let's call them business people. I was once traveling with a caravan that got attacked by him. Their chief was a smart guy. The moment he heard I was a goldsmith, he knew what to do with me.
I knew it.
Converting all the jewelry they stole into new pieces. Do you want to hear what I did once?
Okay.
We went to Timberwall. The gang wanted to rob some merchant's house. We holed up in a seedy tavern and waited for the right moment. Then, one night they broke in. Came back with a whole load of trinkets. Beautiful stuff. The moment I saw it all, I instantly knew what I wanted to craft. They gave me a couple of days. I tinkered for a bit, and then, ta-da! Brand new merchandise.
What'd you make?
After I was finished, I dressed myself all nice, went to that merchant's house and went, "Good morning, kind sir.
He sold his shit back to him.
I'm a goldsmith. My work is renowned in all of Camelot. Would you be interested in what I have to offer?" You know what he said? Of course I would. That nonce bought the entire lot, even though I inflated the prices like a street peddler.
Nice, dude.
And when I came back, the others couldn't believe their eyes. I thought I was gonna keel over. I miss that.
All right, buddy. So we know Eilis is a little bit disreputable, to say the least. What do we have in here? Who are you? Dugald.
I've already told you I'm not going anywhere. If you want something from me, then... Oh. I don't know you. I'm Dugald. You're not one of us. And you're not local either.
You could have chosen a better time to come here. Kind of poor ambience, if you know what I mean.
Well, at least we have a roof over our heads.
How'd you end up here?
My boy Frang and I came here with the others. We left our village because... we had to. Well, I had to. But Frang is a good lad, so he came with me. I took him in, you know.
Found the poor sod at the mill, sleeping in the hay. He was chilled to the bone back then, but I could tell he'd be a strong lad once he thawed out. He used to help out on the farm.
You know where he comes from?
He's young, but he already has a couple of tattoos. Tribal ones. Means he must have been cast out of the Del Rita.
At
Okay, so it's
first,
Del Rita.
people
Okay.
in our village gave him dirty looks. But then they realized he wasn't a bandit.
He was a good, hard-working kid. Then they started to treat him as one of their own.
Did he tell you why he was cast out?
Ah, Frang is a quiet boy, and he doesn't talk much about himself. I feel like those days with the Reader are long buried for him. Almost like he never lived them.
Where are you from?
Roscree. Few shacks and a small field of grain. I was a miller back there. My daughter married a good, hard-working man. Eventually, I gave them the mill.
Still helped around, but wanted to let the young folks learn how to work there. Then this kid, Frang, came along. Everything seemed to be going pretty well.
Something happened?
Of course, something happened. Life here can't just be bearable. Oh no. Everything has to get screwed up somehow. That's the way it goes in this cursed land. My dear Trina and her bairn. They got caught by a weird beast. I started to hit the bottle, and finally, my son-in-law kicked me out. I left Roscree, and so did Frang. He says he has some kind of life debt, and he won't leave me alone until one of us drops dead.
Are you gonna go back to Roscree?
No. Nothing to go back to. Although it's hard to get used to something different when you've been sitting on your ass in one place for your whole life. I didn't expect to become a vagabond in my old age.
How's life here?
To be honest, I'm a bit confused about what's going on. Usually it was me who yelled at everyone, and now I feel like a drudge. And this nasty thing with Col. Poor lad. Shouldn't have ended like that. He and Beatrice got along very well. Let me tell you something. When I saw all these wrinklies around here, I thought this place would suit me. But then all this shit happened. I suspect we won't stay here long.
Okay. Nice to meet you, Dugald. Frang.
Something happened. Frang listens.
Frang? Not from around these parts, are you?
I'm not from anywhere. Frang is attached to nowhere. I found a home with Dugald. I owe him a life debt.
What are you, a Wookiee? You're from the Del Rita.
Frang was never a Del Rita. Not without a name. Without a name, you are nobody in the tribe. Like me. And if that lasts too long, you must leave. I left and became Frang. Frang. A name, and not a name.
What happened?
Nothing happened to Frang. A stray, taken in by a miller. That's all.
Would you like to be a Del Rita?
Frang cannot be a Del Riada. His mother was.
He's
But
saying
the
Del
tribe
Riada.
decided that he was not worthy of a name. That is why he's
I like
not
Del
of the
Riada
tribes.
better. I'm gonna say that. You know a Del Riada named Conquer?
Mm-hmm. Conquer. Wolf. Strong. Important name. Not seen in the south for a long time. Must be dead.
What do you think of the Horns of the South?
A place without a leader. As I see it, it will finally fall apart. One way or another.
How do you know?
There are no tales about a place that survived without a strong leadership. And it's not about kings, nobleshites, or chieftains. Titles are just words that pull the wool over a man's eyes. What's needed is a strong soul with a strong name. And their names mean as much as Frang's, which is to say, nothing.
He's got a really good point. What about the people you came here with?
Now they're a bit like Frang. Strays with no home. Beatrice is strong, despite what happened with Cole. Eilis. He's funny. I like him. Rosen. I know nothing about her. And Dugald. A man who became Frang's father. He has my gratitude.
You know he's a criminal, right? How about the people living here? Sorry, that's not fair. He screwed his brother or son-in-law, though. Have you met the Keepers before?
Frang never met the Keepers, but the unnamed boy did. Once,
yeah,
few of
homie.
them, many years
I'm gonna
ago,
need you to give me some
we
space,
fought.
thanks.
The unnamed boy survived even though he showed fear. Shouldn't do that.
Shouldn't show fear. Why did the unnamed boy fight with the Keepers?
The Keepers approached the camp of the boy's people. But that past does not belong to Frang. I'm Frang.
Yeah, we went over that. Okay, cool.
Each day feels heavier.
I hear you there, man. Each day feels... They sleep in here. Jesus, this is a shithole. This is a shithole. Let me steal all their stuff. 27 athletics. Okay, I can deal with that.
Nothing changes.
Nothing ever changes, indeed. Oops. Ah, man. I hit the middle mouse button by mistake. It's okay. We're not near combat. It'll come back. Parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme. Rosen.
I wish Morris were here with me already.
Who?
Do you need help settling in, dear? This isn't the best day to start a new life in this place, but we don't always get to choose, do we?
I'm starting a new life here?
What a
I thought I was just visiting.
with that boy. I'm almost glad my Morris isn't here for this. He's such a bleeding heart.
Yeah, Cole. What happened with him, by the way?
Oh, I'm not sure, love. I don't move around too much. I just heard about that fight with the road keeper, and now poor Cole's locked up in a cage. Him and Beatrice make such a lovely young couple. They remind me of Morris and me when we were their age.
So Cole killed a keeper and they're keeping him locked up. I'm not a refugee. I just have some business in the keep.
I'm sorry, dear. I hope I didn't offend you. I'm still not used to all
Why would I be
this.
offended if you thought I was a
See,
refugee?
I was born in Little Grove and thought I would live out the rest of my life there. Working in the orchards in the mornings and drinking warm cider with my beloved in the evenings.
Sounds amazing.
We never wanted to see the world. I guess sometimes the world doesn't give us a choice, does it?
Avalon is a harsh land. What happened to you?
Little Grove was raided by bandits. A local gang that had been terrorizing the area for months, growing in numbers with each raid. Their leader, Bald Kate they called her, somehow got hold of a branding iron used to mark outlaws. After pillaging a village, she'd brand some men and women of her choosing. That way, Kate made sure nobody would ever help them, and that they'd have no choice but to turn to her if they wanted to survive. My Morris used to be a skilled tanner. I guess that's why she picked him.
Oh, her husband was conscripted by Bald Kate into her gang of bandits. Did he stay?
Yes, I asked him to. He wanted to run with me, but he was still feverish after the branding. I was worried he'd die on the road. Now, I don't have many kind words for Kate, but she doesn't like her efforts to go to waste. As long as he stayed, she'd make sure he was healed. I hated leaving him there, and I hate to think of what she's making him do, but I hope he's at least still alive.
Did you ask the keepers for any help?
Of course I did, right after I got here. The only answer I got was that they're aware of the bandit problem and are dealing with it. But I've heard rumours that the gate is always shut and the keepers are forbidden to leave. So, I've got no hope there.
Yeah, they're under quarantine or something. I don't know. They're under lockdown, right? You didn't stay with them.
Look at me, love. I'm just an old woman. I've lived a quiet life. Never learned any skills Kate would find useful. She has no need for useless mouths to feed. And Morris, well, he didn't want me to stay anyway. He said we'd find our way back to each other, but I'm starting to fear we'll have to wait for another life.
You know where the camp is.
From what I've heard, they decided to stay in Little Grove for a while. Drinking my cider to the last drop, no doubt. Not like they have to worry about the authorities. The only ones we saw were the Camelot tax collectors who came by once a year. Other than that, not a uniform in sight since I was a little girl.
I'll keep an eye out for him.
Oh, Mother bless you, my dear. That's all I could ask for. Please, let me know as soon as you learn anything.
Okay. What's it like living here, by the way?
At first, it wasn't so bad. But now it gets worse every day. We just sit around here, doing nothing. Don't get me wrong, we have food, we have a roof over our heads, and we're grateful for that. But no one trusts us enough to let us do any work. None of us wants to be a freeloader, as they call us. I wouldn't mind a task or two to earn my keep and to take my mind off my troubles. I might not be all hale and hearty, but I've still got two good hands. Which is more than you can say about some of the codgers living here.
Yeah, you don't look that old.
Take care of yourself, love.
You don't look that old. Oh, wow. Okay, let's keep heading down. Into the main part of this seaside village. I also want to see on that side quest. Whoop. Okay. So yeah, we can find out where that grove place is. What's up, Beatrice? I have flowers for you.
What do you want? To gawk at the beast? Well, I'll have to disappoint you. My Cole is not the monster you all believe him to be.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
So you really don't know? If you're not from here, I'm not sure what could have brought you to this hellhole, but you have my sympathies. Just know that Cole isn't like that. Something is poisoning his mind and soul. I don't know what it is, or why it happened to Cole, but now we're all at the mercy of those damned keepers.
So he murdered a keeper?
One evening there was a quarrel between our group, the villagers, and one of the keepers. They'd had a bit too much to drink and let some comments slip. They hurled insults at us, saying there's no place for us here, that we should just get the hell out of here because things are hard for everyone. Hard? Sure. I bet that bunch of wimps wouldn't last a week outside. All they do is sit in that keep of theirs, thinking they're the defenders of justice.
What happened next?
Well, Cole went mad. I've never seen him like that before. He attacked that keeper and bit him. It was serious, but the keeper survived. If it weren't for the other men from the village, things could have ended very differently. Afterwards, they chained Cole up and locked him in a cage. His condition started to worsen. They said a monster like him doesn't deserve a jail cell. Jail cells are for humans. Bastards.
They didn't kill him on the spot after something like that? Or when did Cole start feeling worse?
This might sound silly, but before we reached the keep, we came near a strange structure. The locals call it the Archaic Spire. In the morning, we realised everyone had a strange dream, but it was a little different for each of us.
Yeah?
Cole started acting weird after that, and in time, it only got worse.
So he went nuts. Did he tell you what his dream was about?
No, only that, well, it didn't make much sense. But he was convinced that something bit him. He kept checking. It must have been some bug. Something changed by the weirdness. That must have caused his fever, his insanity.
Can you describe how the evening went before the night you had that dream?
Well, it was pretty typical. We started a fire and threw some cobwebs into it. Frang brought them back from one of his treks. That boy could always find them somehow. It was our protection from the night and the weirdness. Eilis was on watch that day, but from what he told us, he eventually fell asleep. We were lucky no one slit our throats.
Yeah, probably. What was your dream about?
I was in a strange place. Dark. Full of fog. Eerie. I was trying to find him. I called out, but no one answered. I was alone in the night, and then I kept falling, and falling, and falling. And then I woke up.
Where was your camp?
We set up camp near the Archaic Spire. We hoped that bandits wouldn't dare to venture into a place like that. Well, now I know why we could have been right.
Yeah,
With
that's fair.
everything that's been happening lately, I'm ready to believe in every strange thing in this world.
One of the keepers gave me those flowers, said it was a gesture of solidarity with your group.
What? What? How dare you? Do you know the meaning of those flowers in that configuration?
No, I just was hired to give them to you. Not what he wanted to convey, I assume.
Revenge. Revenge, deception, and death. There's nothing nice about it, and I don't know if he did it on purpose or if he's just an idiot. But trust me, it's not a nice gesture.
Oh, I think sounds like a threat, right? If I knew what they meant, I wouldn't have given them to you. I think you're overreacting. I didn't know, so maybe he didn't either. No.
Thank you. For them. You are from nowhere, just like me.
Yeah, I wouldn't have given them to you. That's stupid.
That's why I believe you. Take those flowers away, burn them, throw them in a cauldron, whatever. I don't want to look at them.
All right. What brought you here, by the way?
Right. I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Beatrice. As for me and Cole, well, we left Ree hoping to find a quiet place to rest for a bit. We planned to travel the King's Road toward Camelot. Well, here we are. We found our bloody Camelot. Cole is locked up and all I can do is shed bitter tears.
Ree, is that where you're from?
Yeah.
Yeah? Is that where you're
We
from?
grew up there. The village was built around a trade route. My parents ran a tavern that stood right by the road. We had a good life. We lacked for nothing. Well, that was before the damned grubwood started spitting out monsters. Then more and more caravans disappeared into the forest. People were telling stories that grew more horrifying by the day. In the end, taking that route meant certain death.
What happened to the tavern?
The same thing that will happen to every place on this godforsaken island. Ruin. We used to have generous clientele. Merchants and emissaries from all over Avalon. They had deep pockets, always left lots of gold. But, well, that changed. Then our only income came from the villagers, who were getting drunker and poorer by the day.
So you decided to leave.
That was always our plan. Cole and I never wanted to stay there forever. Beatrice and Cole from the village of Ree, that wasn't us.
Your parents stayed?
Yeah. I doubt I'll ever see him again. I don't think there's anything worth going back for.
What about the others from your group?
Each of us has a different story. Some wanted to seek their fortune elsewhere, like me and Cole. Some had to flee their homes because of bandits pillaging their villages, or because of the weirdness. Ree could be one of those places by now. There's so much turmoil in this world. People can suddenly lose themselves, becoming a danger to those they once loved.
When did you arrive here?
2 or 3 weeks ago. Things were starting to get difficult. The supplies we brought with us were running low. A larger group of people is always helpful. There's always someone to talk to and share the work with. But it also means more mouths to feed and more worries to deal with. It's not easy. Be
All right.
careful out there.
Thank you, Beatrice. And thank you guys for hanging out with me today in the Rat's Nest. We're going to go ahead and wrap up the episode there. We have a lot more information. We'll talk to Cole in the next one and see if he's still nuts or not. But again, this has been chrom3rat. You've been in the Rat's Nest, and we'll catch you in the next one.